coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Good morning. Good morning. I say that as the dog is tearing apart my bed every day. Every day with these animals. I clean, I do stuff, they trash it. All right. We got Nancy here. Good morning. We've got Joan. Good morning. Voss. Good morning. Hellhound is here. Good morning. Who else we got? That's so far. People are trickling in. If you read the description, are you okay? If you read the description, you know about the big thing that's happened in the last, last 12 hours. Did you get it? Volpe has lost his YouTube channel. Yes. Lost his YouTube channel. And I've got some screenshots here that I want to show. So let me pull up those images. And the thing is, it's just like the stuff that's been happening in the ecosystem group. Just like it. Okay. Is there a way I can make this bigger? There we go. So yeah, he says here, I'm trying to make it big on my channel or my screen. Someone, and then Jeremy Hales, is doing anything they can to shut me up. So you read, Fleece's channel is next, Jeremy says in the chat. No doubt. No doubt. Because guess what? When YouTube normally doesn't care when people are like, hey, that's defamation. But when there's a court case, oh, they care. Then they care. Because, and I do love that Felisa, she keeps saying she's going to sue YouTube. Come on out. That would be because she's got to sue in the Ninth Circuit. So actually, I believe she actually has to sue up in Silicon Valley too. Like, I don't even think she can sue down here in LA. Got to sue up there. Yeah, it's important to read the terms of service, folks. Very important to read it. So this, and again, Jeremy can use this against Volpe because he's blaming Jeremy for YouTube doing something. But if you read this, it says that, and it might be hard if you guys need me to make it bigger on your screen. Can I? Yeah, it says that it was banned due to violations of the sex and nudity policy. And we've talked about that, how he's played Dickie's stuff. And Dickie, Dickie and Lips, they made all that stuff with pornography. And then they played it on their channels. Yeah, can't do that. You can blur things out. Um, I'm in danger because I've showed things that were like violent stuff because I've done stories. And, when I first started, I didn't know a lot about YouTube's terms of service. I've um, had to learn that. If they started making me take down videos or if they took my account, I would be, it would suck, but I wouldn't be upset at them because that's the terms of service. And it's your job to know what the terms of service are. It's up to you, no one else. So he's blaming Jeremy for a mistake that he made. And let me pull up these other. So yeah, people are talking about it. Let me get to this one. You can't. Here, let me remove this one. Make it a little bit smaller. Ruben says he's paying you 100% of his rent in his own mind. Okay. I don't think Ruben understands the phrase. Jeremy hasn't paid anyone anything except for lawyers. Now, Lynette has to pay Jeremy. So she has to pay for the space that Jeremy takes in her mind, not the other way around. So I don't think Ruben understands the phrase. Jeff. See, guys, if you send a super chat, you automatically get onto the screen. But if you're funny, you're probably going to get on the screen. Jeff Grady broke 3 ribs, and he can test it's Jeremy Hale's fault. Jeremy's in here. You can let him know that you'll be going after him legally. No one on that side wants to take accountability for their stupidity. Yeah. It's everything that happens to them is Jeremy's fault. The lack of accountability. It's too prevalent in our society. Unbelievable. You've never posted anything inappropriate on your YouTube channel or anywhere else. Well, Tercita Vega, if that were correct, YouTube wouldn't be taking action. This is why I say when I run a group or when I'm a moderator on someone's channel or in a group, I am the laziest mod. I'm the laziest mod. I don't like doing anything. I'm like, why should I get in this? Unless if someone is really crossing a line, it normally sorts itself out. And YouTube is the same way. with YouTube, if you do stuff, they're going to let it go a lot of times. They're not going to take action unless they feel they absolutely have no choice but to take action. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't know the details of Jeremy's civil protection order. We don't need to know them at this point. But there's probably a civil protection order on Volpe at this point. And I'm sure if Jeremy said, "Oh, hey, he did this stuff. Here's a copy of it," and they looked at that video, they probably said, "Well, we won't take action on the temporary, but there's sex and nudity." So yeah, that's a right there is against our terms of service. Um, I do want to say my outrage. The East Wing of the White House was destroyed this week, and Jeremy Hales needs to be stopped. I don't know why they let him do that. And then Volpe says Jeremy Hales uses these kind of tactics, also frivolous lawsuits and going to the cops. What a moron! What a moron! Like you're involved in a lawsuit, dude, and you're gonna make these comments. You're an idiot. Teresita says, disgusting and maddening how there are no legal consequences for his crimes, acts. Perjury is a crime. Harassment is a crime. This right here, perjury. Huh? What the hell is she talking about? And then Kurt Mega. I love Kurt. You are correct, and old Volpe knows about harassing people. Oh, yes, he does. He's gotten away with it. But you done screwed up. I'm trying not to cuss today. Yesterday, I was at my limit. People really, oof, yesterday. I always say don't stream angry, and I that's was a big reason I waited to stream yesterday. Is you don't want to stream emotional. So I kind of had to expend some of my emotions because I was pissed yesterday morning. Had anyone called me at like 5 in the morning, oh, I would have been going off because I had someone wake me up at 4:30 yesterday morning to talk about someone I don't want to talk about. And yeah, some people just don't respect your boundaries. So yeah, that's that one. Let's pull up the next one. Okay, there we go. So Kelly. Oh wow, it's been a while since I saw her pop up. She says Michael Volpe, Kurt lives through YouTube drama. Kurt responds, I find it amusing commenting here that I have no interest in your content. What's the reason the cops were called? Was it to do with your harassment after being told to stop emailing? You can keep deflecting, that's fine. You see no issue in what you're doing, but then cry when there are consequences. And then Kurt responds to Kelly, old sad act is sat on the outside. He's not really part of the YouTube drama, just a little background noise. Oh, and if you guys weren't watching me and Coop the other day, um, we've got Palmer's. Um, Palmer's. I always screw up their name. Like Palmer's Homestead. Her husband passed away in a car accident. So we are reaching out to them, seeing if they need anything. Also, pray for their family. Children are now without a dad. And Palmer's has been a supporter of this channel, of many of our channels, for well over, I can tell you, well over a year for this channel. I know she supports Georgie and Coop as well. So I wanted to make that announcement if you missed it on Coop's on Friday. So there's that one. Let me pull up the next one. Oh, I will sit back and watch the or watch the Facebook drama every day. Every day. It still amazes me that people will put their whole life story up on Facebook. YouTube drama, like I'll watch YouTube drama. It doesn't always like I'm not always there for it. Facebook drama, oh, I'm there for it. There's a woman, uh Jessica Bailey's her name. Um I watch her on Instagram. All she does is post Facebook drama because there's no lack of it. She's like there's two people I love on Instagram. Jessica Bailey, and I'm trying to find her channel. Jessica Bailey Hassan, Hassan. So there you go. That's her Instagram. All she does is Facebook drama. And then the other guy that I love, he's in Massachusetts, got a thick Massachusetts accent. Nobody cares, Anthony. And Jessica does Facebook drama. Uh, Anthony does old people on Facebook selling things. He'll sometimes do drama, but it's hilarious. Like he is hilarious. And all he's doing is reading what people are posting because it amazes me. It absolutely amazes me. Like, but there's a reason why my Facebook page is private. And I get people all the time who watch the show who try to add me as a friend. That is for people that I know, friends and family. Because I got pictures of my kid on there, got pictures of my nieces and nephews, like kids who I don't have the permission to put their pictures out into the world, type of thing, right? Uh, and all these people are like, "You're not adding me as a friend." Yeah, of course. I don't know you. Uh, Kenneth Rose says, "Well, that's unfortunate. The Cash for Kids LLC video is gone." Kurt Mega comes right back with "Cry some more. Can't blame anyone except yourself," and he's right. He's 100% right. Volpe engages with them. "I don't matter, but also you comment on all my posts." They're public posts, dude. They are public posts. You can block him. If you don't like Kurt, you can block him. Kelly comes back. "Kurt lives through YouTube drama." Mm, seems to me like uh, Volpe lives through YouTube drama. I don't really do Facebook. I didn't do Facebook before 2013. I didn't do it before that. I did only X. And I've been on X since 2009. I tried monetizing, as you guys know. I was right there to monetize, and they ended my X account. I still have my Kitty Conspires for wherever he is now, Conspiracy Kitty. I'd started that one a couple years ago uh, for the show and for cat pictures. I still have that one, but I follow my longtime X friends on there. I'm not trying to monetize that. X is actually talking about getting away from monetization. Um, they I don't think they really wanted to pay out, is what I think. They wanted people to post their videos there. Um, Elon Musk had said, "I envision this to be the replacement for YouTube." It could be. They'd have to make some significant changes. Um, Rumble is the closest thing that'll replace YouTube. Now, Rumble has locals, which is kind of like a replacement for X. And what I like about what Rumble's doing is I'm not on locals. I am on Rumble. They 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 cross uh they cross integrate. The biggest mistake Elon Musk has is by buying X, he owns two properties that were great for Twitter back in the day. That they I don't know why they closed them up. One was Vine. Vine, like TikTok is Vine. Vine was just short videos, real quick. You had to be interesting, funny, do whatever. And Vine was great. Vine was really great. It didn't have the seamlessness through Twitter. It had a little bit, but he should bring back Vine. Uh, and then the other one was Periscope, and that was the other side of um, TikTok where you could stream. Uh, if I were Elon Musk, I would bring back those two and probably merge them and say we're going to take the best parts of both of them, put them together, and but then have integration with X. I don't know why he hasn't done it. He used to have Snapchat, shut that down due to many questionable people. I still have a Snapchat only because there are people who, for some reason, are incredibly paranoid and they think that Snapchat is secure. X is encrypted. It's encrypted DMs, Signal, WhatsApp. Here's the thing about Signal. Signal's owned by the CIA. Well, actually, probably more the NSA. WhatsApp is owned by Israel, and China owns Telegram. So if you don't think like people who are posting those things, there's a reason why Signal is approved. When I was still a, I wasn't an active duty Marine, but I was a Marine reservist, and I was still drilling. Okay, Signal was approved for us to communicate because the CIA owns it, and CIA, NSA. So yeah, I always find it interesting when people would try to say Snapchat was secure. Snapchat wasn't secure; it just deletes your stuff. But it's still there. Um, so yeah, I might go to Cracker Barrel today. I've got to drive like an hour to go to a Cracker Barrel, but I love Cracker Barrel when I can go. I might do that. Um, so then Kurt responds to Kelly and says, "I find it amusing commenting here. I have no interest in your content. What was the reason the cops were called? Wasn't to do with your harassment." Okay, yeah, we did read that one. Um, these were all screenshots sent to me. Okay, and I will remove that one. And now I'll put it up on my other screen. Uh, and this one, we read all the other ones except for the bottom one, which you guys can't see. Is there a way for me to? Oh, no wonder why. Hold on. It's the wrong one. Uh, Florips Bajuko says it's shocking when people will say or do what people will say or do to silence you and close you down. You have never had any inappropriate content. The first half of that, um, it you realize the first half of that is you telling on yourselves. They're trying to shut down and silence Jeremy. 100% they are. Uh, and then you've never had any inappropriate content. YouTube would not be taking action right now. They would not be taking action if they never had inappropriate content. You are being ridiculous. But I just find that funny. His comments, he's been removed, and then he's got his comments claiming all these other things. Oh, I didn't get this one. Let me download this one. See, I get people sending me a bunch of screenshots. So we'll go through these. And I'm not going to bother Jeremy with these screenshots. I'm sure he's got them. I know people bombard him. So I only try to send things to Jeremy. Excuse me. If I don't know, if I don't think he has it. But there's some people who just, when something pops off, they're like, oh, I got to get this to Jeremy. But yeah, I don't do that. All right, can I get this one bigger? So this is so Jeremy Hales is counting on his ringer judge to extend his already bogus protective order. He's filed arguing a bunch of vague allegations. We don't have, or I don't think I have the rest of his. Uh, Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. I don't think I have the rest of his comment, but we do see part of the motion to extend and modify the civil protection order. So let's read that. Uh, can I blow this up? Sorry, I'm. No, it's not letting me on the way I opened it. Now comes petitioner Jeremy Hales by and through undersigned counsel and hereby respectfully moves this court for an order extending and modifying the civil protection order of the court dated October 31st, 2023, attached hereto as Exhibit A. So that's how you, first off, they've been saying, okay, you got it. All right, good. Yeah. So don't bombard Jeremy with this. He's got it. So this is proof that the civil protection order didn't end. When they do them for 2 years, it's from the date. So the first one was dated October 31st, 2023. So that would go until October 30th, 2025, which is later on this week, Thursday. So, being that they have the motion to extend, uh, until that, hey Georgie, good to see you here. So since they have that, like, it didn't end. They kept saying, "Oh, it's ended. It's ended." No, it didn't. No, and this is proof of that. Like, when the court says 2 years, they mean 2 years. If they don't mean 2 years, they're gonna give you an exact date. Um, for cause, petitioner states as follows: 1. Respondent has willfully and intentionally violated this order on multiple occasions. 2. Respondent has already been found in contempt of this order twice. 3. Petitioner has forced to file a third contempt of this order because of escalating conflict. 4. Respondents regularly have corresponded with third parties who have created an anti-Hales. Um, let me, because this is getting hard to read. So let me put it up on my thing here. Respondents have corresponded with third parties who have created an anti-Jeremy Hales online network. 5. Third parties acting as a voice for respondent post continued harassing messages on a regular basis. 6. Third parties solicited by respondent have made threats against petitioner's life. 7. The current protection order is set to expire in October of 2025. So that's what we have for that. Let's look at the next one. Sorry. These just look better when I put them up as individual images, so I apologize if it takes me a little while. It just it just takes me longer to do it that way. Yeah, hopefully Georgie is feeling better. Monica says mine extended his 28 times. Volpe says misuse of protective order is very common. Judges don't take protective orders very lately. I have been subject to a temporary protective order, and I followed everything about it. The party who put the protective order on me violated it many, many times and was forced to drop going for a permanent protective order because she was being faced with contempt of court of that protective order. And the thing is, I I was willing to just drop it uh, because she was going to drop hers, and I said, "Fine." She she proposed, "If I drop mine, will you drop yours?" And I said, "Yeah, that's fine. All this is stupid. It just costs us way more money." And that's what happened to me. Um, don't marry a narcissist, people. That's the best I could say. Who, by the way, right now is stalking me. It's funny when you have a government job and then the government puts you on furlough. So suddenly you have all this free time, and the first thing that you turn to is stalking. And I hope I get a chance, and I'm sure I will get a chance in court to show that. Um, Monica then says, "The silver bullet. I'm still recovering health wise and definitely sustained permanent injury. I'm looking for someone to do a documentary on the New Jersey jails if anybody has recommendations." So this woman was in jail. Fine, then you're not my sunshine today. Then what? What is Georgie saying? I said good morning to you. She said good morning, sunshine. Sorry, guys. um, and then Monica then says, every time they wanted a new arrest, I've been jailed since July 14th. Can't leave the house. Wonder why Wonder when they will let me off. They want me to lie and say I lied again, and then there will be zero penalties to me. I said no, a hard no. What? These people, they run in these circles of crazy abusers and scammers. And this is just more proof. Should we look up Monica's record? So what we know is she's in New Jersey. She's she's had a protective order. And should we look that up? You guys tell me. Uh, like, if you're gonna put your drama out on Facebook, Skipper's here for it. I will watch it. Like, seriously. And who is this freak? He looks like he ran the 90-yard dash and a 100-yard dash and a 90-yard jig. Yeah, Volpe is a investigative journalist who likes to get the people that he's helping pregnant and uh, what lose custody of their kids. That's what he does. Uh, but yeah, and this is why you know, me and TC, we've been doing this for a while. When we do cases, we, we talk with the people involved, and we don't just like if I go to air, it's because someone already reported on it, and I'm just reporting on their reporting. Um, but if it's a new story, I talk to people, I make sure they're okay with everything. So that way, um, you know, I don't get them into a bad situation that they're not fully taking on themselves. And some people will absolutely uh, want you to like print a whole bunch of stuff that it's like, hey, I'm not printing that. I'll print that you are saying that. And they're like, I've had people been like, no, 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 that's true. And I'm like, "Well, do you have proof of that?" "No." "Well, then I will print it only as your opinion." "No, don't do that." It's like, "Well, you're telling me someone's a pedophile, okay? I can't call someone a pedophile if they haven't been convicted of being a pedophile. I can say people are claiming or you are claiming that they're a pedophile, but I have to be factual in my reporting. And yeah, people are just no print my accusations against them, and it's like no, 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 no. You got to be smarter than that. And I've had people come onto my show and make accusations like that, but that's all on them. All on them. I know, Jack Parr was famously sued by Jimmy Hoffa because Robert Kennedy came on his show and called him, what did he call him? Uh, like a two-bit thief or something like that. But that was dismissed. It was like handily dismissed because one, it was opinion, and two, Jack Parr wasn't the one saying it. Uh, Monica then says, "Did you know when he obtained the original fake TRO, it had no docket number? How is that possible? I have it." Huh. How do you have it, Monica? Hmm? Because I spent hundreds of hours working on cases. I watch hours and hours and hours of video, listen to hundreds of hours of calls, pages. I never just run with source. Yeah, yeah. We don't. If you're smart, you don't take this stuff lightly. So, how does Monica's saying that she has Jeremy's TRO. How does Monica have that? Because Jeremy's never. uh, I don't believe. I think he may have given it to Tug. I think I might have heard Tug say that, but he's never given it to me. To my knowledge, he's never given it to people like Shizzy, Just Jay, the expert. Which, by the way, I was in experts chat last night. That was fun. For some reason, I fell off his algorithm. I really want to do something with the expert. I think he's really funny. I was having fun in his chat. I was just putting just just unhinged chat messages, just things to make people laugh. Like, at what age do you tell a child that you wish they were adopted? Things that like people are like, wait, what? I like to have fun. Some people get mad at that though. But a lot of it is because there are some people who and I'll give you the big example is Stuttering John reads everything that I haven't done my Stuttering John video. I will because of his case. He's now got fake attorneys contacting people in the case. I cannot make this up. What an idiot. But hey, AVA, good to see you. But yeah, he uh, will read every chat comment. Don't do that. People are just going to set you up. They're going to be like, okay, so happy birthday to Isabel Ringing. So, Isabel Ringing, happy birthday. Like that. And that's a very tame one. Uh, I put in his chat last night, I think at a certain age, a sibling should be able to rename their other siblings. But however, my brother Fartface disagrees. So stupid, but it's unhinged stuff. But I've gotten banned from people's things doing that. And I'm like, it's so tame and funny. Like, even if you don't find the humor in it, you're gonna ban me from it. Whatever. Do you, but it's so stupid. And I'll admit, I have the most juvenile and stupid humor. I am perennially 13 years old. Yeah, TC doesn't. Yeah, TC shakes me down for money in his chat. Uh, James Rinkovich. Ooh, I haven't heard of James in a while. He used to be in the fake group. This isn't misuse. John has pointed a gun at Hale's own property. It should be permanent and his guns removed. Yeah, well, it's menacing. It is absolutely menacing with a weapon. And yeah. Hey, Coop. By the way, he runs these random retarded jokes by me first. I do. She gets all my bad jokes. You're not the only one, Georgie, but yeah, a couple of my veteran friends get them, and there's one that I know who laughs right along with me. In fact, today I think we're going to be filming a video. Um, I was down in Palm Springs yesterday. It's like Ron Burgundy reads anything on the teleprompter. Yeah, exactly. That's how Stuttering John is, and there are people like that. Um, so yesterday I was down in Palm Springs and I went to a candy store and I got myself some taffy because I'm a fat kid. But they had charms there. Now, if you don't know what charms are, it's a little candy. It's like Lifesavers, okay, but it's an off-brand Lifesavers. But they actually put them in MREs, and Marines do not eat the charms. They are considered bad luck. In fact, what they'll tell you is if you're in the field and you eat the charms, you're going to get rained on. So they were selling charms there, so I had to buy a couple packs and took a picture, sent one to my brother, and I sent one to a couple of my Marine buddies. We came up with a little skit that we're gonna film probably today for Halloween, which is gonna be a funny little video that yeah, I know the Marines will love it. Civilians are gonna be like, I don't get the joke. Marines will 100. I think the other services will get it too. I think they have um maybe AVA can tell me, did you guys eat the charms that came in MREs? Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'll go get the charms and show you what they look like. I'll be right back. I'll also fill up my coffee real quick. I'll put the song on.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprints.
Okay, I'm back. So yeah, I went to Balboa Candy. Man, hard to see due to the reflection. Okay, yeah, got me some saltwater taffy. And great place right there in downtown Palm Springs. But yeah, these are charms. So these come. We didn't have charms. We begged the rain turtles to bring more. So yeah, these come in. Certain MREs will give you charms. The ones that Marines really love are the Skittles. I'm trying to think what other. You'll get Skittles, pound cake. Um, I'm trying to think what else. But for the most part, like I'll eat MREs, but really they're just gross. They're very very processed, have a lot of what's the term, preservatives in them, and they will constipate you. They will. So if you're having problems and you need some constipation, get you some MREs. um, but yeah, the charms Marines will not eat. So those were there, and we came up with a really funny skit that we're gonna film. Very short one, but that'll be up. Yeah, TC doesn't find anything funny except if something weird happens to me on camera. Uh, but yeah, so that's what I was doing. But yeah, back to this screenshot. Yeah, John did point his gun. It should have been menacing. Um, that video alone, I think, for was enough to justify the CPO. Uh, Volpe is an idiot. When did that happen? Really? You're the journalist, the investigative journalist, and you don't know about one of the major events in this case? And here's the thing, he's been writing about this for months. For those who don't know, the rain turtles, we drew a turtle on the ground, told everybody to spit on it, asked for rain turtle to open the rain clouds. I trained in hot places. Yeah, I never. The problem here in 29 Palms, when you'd be in the field, if it rained, it poured. You know, there's that song, "It Never Rains in California, It Pours." Yeah, that is 100%. Like, we will get flash flooding. You don't wanna be in your tent on the ground if it's raining because 'cause you're gonna be soaked. He just ignored my chaos. Are you talking about TC? And then James. It's in Jeremy's videos. Go find it, investigative reporter. That's hilarious. Yeah, yeah. That just shows he hasn't looked at all sides of this. Okay. And then Volpe responds, "Genius, not only is that a bogus thing, but it happened before the PO was taken out. Doesn't matter. It's menacing. It's a threat." And I think that it's bullshit that uh, Levy County didn't, what do I say, didn't do anything about it. Uh, I do follow New Hampshire press now, and he's moved to Florida, and he's doing a lot of things on Florida. And I've told him, go do a First Amendment audit. He's doing First and Second Amendment audits, so he's doing the First Amendment. He's got his phone out, and then he's got another guy there who's walking open carrying an AR-15. And he's got a couple of these police departments who are just overreacting. And I told him, oh, go to Levy County. They will 100% violate your rights, which will give him a great video and a lawsuit. Uh, I don't, I don't believe he's gone there yet. But yeah, there was one, and where a woman did point a gun at him, and he must have looked up in the rules because he was like, "Yeah, I was scared for my life," and articulated that. So the cops did, uh, or at least they appeared to be taking it seriously. Um, I think that's bullshit, though. That is a um, that is a part of the law, because it just gives cops a reason not to enforce the law. Yeah, that's about the time he didn't know who George was. So much for investigating. Um, but this is within the last couple days. Um, JH is claiming that because others say mean things about him, he should get an extension. This is an, I guess, he's supposed to say anti First Amendment filing. Why do you hate the First Amendment? Um, well, you know what, Volpe, I will tell you right now, you have harassed and harassment is not protected by the First Amendment. It is against the law. And Volpe, you have harassed Jeremy. The police report is proof of that. You keep emailing him. That is a continuation of harassment. And yeah, like, you're not protected. And that's why there's a civil protection order. Because laws have been broken, or at least there's a threat that the law has been broken. James then says the only bogus thing is you who cannot find reality. You're so stupid, even YouTube banned you. And Volpe, yes, somebody did a coordinated attack. No, I don't think it was a coordinated attack. I think you got screwed by the court motions. Whenever there's court motions, YouTube will jump in. And it shocks me. This goes back to what I was talking the other day of the idiots who came into my Facebook group. Like, you should know what's going on. And I'm not gonna. I'll put the other one up because there's just nothing really there. You should understand, if you're posting on social media, you should educate yourself on the rules of that social media. The new PO in Ohio should be interesting. Like, my problem with X when they banned me wasn't that they banned wasn't that they banned me for what they did. What they I had a problem with is I know it was something that had been previously reported. It was over 6 months old, and, like, they banned me right before I was getting monetized. So, that's the problem I had with it. Like, you just didn't want me to monetize and aren't saying that. That's the issue. Because once I'm monetized, now I'm in, like, a different category. Because then if they were to ban me, I could then do a class action lawsuit with other people, and why people who banned from X who had monetized account, why they haven't done a class action, I don't know, but there you go. Kurt Mega here says, even if one person or coordinated, it's still your content. That is the issue with severe and repeated violations of terms of service. Who's to blame again? 100%, Kurt. 100%. Volpe responds, really? Do you know what YouTube checks for nudity with each video? Yeah, they do checks, but that doesn't mean it's a perfect system. It's an algorithm. It's AI. Like it'll screw things up. How did I suddenly violate this anti-nudity policy? Which video? YouTube uses AI. There was no nudity. There was a coordinated attack that you probably participated in. There was no coordinated attack. No one was out there saying to report your channel. I guarantee you, what happened was this CPO was sent to YouTube and said, "There's a court case of him harassing me, and there's a court case." And YouTube probably said, "Okay, it's not a time where we're going to take action for um, harassment or harassment or defamation, but they probably looked at it and said that we're probably not going to act on, but we did find nudity, and if he showed Lips's videos about Jeremy, the AI generated ones, they showed any of Dickie's stuff, yeah, that all had nudity in it. That was essentially revenge porn. And it doesn't matter that you're showing it in a news way, they're going to take action. Like if I were to show that stuff as a way to comment, I would, for here, I would blur it. Or I would do the story only on Rumble because Rumble's a little bit more lax with that stuff. That's how I would do it. For instance, YouTube, uh, if you repost something on YouTube that's copyrighted, and I almost did this last night, but when the Lees go on, I take what they can't copyright, which is their chat, because it's not their intellectual property. It's the intellectual property, technically, of the people who are making the comments, but they're making the comments publicly. So I don't know how they can claim a right to it if I then broadcast it. But I only do it on Facebook because Facebook's going to look at that and say that's he's not taking your video, so that's not copyrighted. And see, I'm taking it from one platform to another. So if I were taking their Facebook video and putting it on Facebook, I'm more likely to get a strike. If same thing, YouTube to YouTube, but instead I'm just taking it from YouTube and putting it onto Facebook. And really, I'm doing it. I am changing it so it meets fair use. I am giving commentary, but I'm also allowing others to give commentary, and I might do that more. And there's a reason I didn't do that for a long time. I, I Skipper's got some tricks. There's other things that I sit on that I haven't done yet. Court date in Ohio coming up. Will the Hales team be? Will the Hales team? Will they request LP and JC to be there? Yes, without a doubt. I think they're going to want it in person because of the previous contempt. I don't believe they have paid any of the money. So yeah, but that's up to the judge. If I were the judge, I would. And I don't have that CPO filing, And that's Volpe showing that he knows about it. So if he doesn't show, Jeremy and his lawyer can say, right here's Facebook post. He knows about it. Um, so yeah, like I've said before, when you do these things, um, judges are less apt to say to waive service and stuff like that. Okay. Um, and then Volpe says, "Really? Do you know what YouTube?" Oh wait, we read that one. There's no nudity. Yeah, there was. Y- YouTube would not be suspending you if there was no nudity. Uh, that's a serious enough claim. They're already court ordered to be in person on November 3rd. Oh, there you go. There you go, folks. And that is coming up very, very quickly. Um, it's a shame. I'm going to be in Ohio in November, uh, but I'm not going to be there. I'll be at the Ohio State Rutgers game. It's the weekend before Thanksgiving when I'll be in Ohio. So if anyone's tailgating, let me know. Uh, but yeah, I'll be there visiting family for several days, and Um, we're gonna celebrate Thanksgiving. My son is with his mom for Thanksgiving, so I get him the first part. So we're gonna go to Ohio. We're gonna celebrate Thanksgiving, and I get to go to an Ohio State game. That'll be fun. Um, that's why she needs 450. Probably, probably. It wouldn't cost like. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it would cost that much to go to Ohio. Um, she's gonna claim the child for that they can't. No one can care for the child. Whereas if she showed up and said, "Look, no one can care for the child's in the hallway with John Cook," uh, I think the judge would be like, "Okay." Then they would probably be like, "You're not from Ohio. We'll give some leniency, but maybe I don't know." Judges, like in those type of cases, I find judges are very fair and they give a lot more. But to say, "Oh, we can't leave the state because of our child," oh, the judge is not going to go for that. Not at all. If they don't show, will the court put a bench warrant out? Most likely. I actually I wouldn't be surprised if the judge if they show well, yeah, most likely a bench warrant. Um, it'll be more like the fees the fines will way go up. I think she owes like $3,000 now. It'll go into like 10,000. And now we're talking into areas where you're not paying a court. That's pretty dumb. And then Kurt says to Volpe, making bold claims again. You really think you matter that much? I couldn't comment on your content as never watched, but obviously there was something found on numerous occasions for your severe breaking of YouTube's terms of service. Yep, 100%. 100%. Let's see what else Volpe has to say. Um, Volpe says, "You're here commenting. Obviously, I matter. Overnight, with no strike, my channel was removed. Hales called cops in Peninsular, Ohio about me. I matter." Um, that's a stupid flex. Yeah, you were harassing him, and you're gonna get charges of harassment. I have 0 doubts about that. Skipper, check what? What do you want me to check? And then Kurt says, "I find it amusing commenting here. I have no interest in your content. What was the reason the cops were called? Wasn't it to do with your harassment after being told to stop emailing? You can keep deflecting, that's fine. You see no issue in what you are doing, but then cry when there are consequences." 100%. Kurt's a good dude. You sent me some screenshots. Okay, I'm trying to get through these. Uh, so I'll take a look at them. Is Kurt here this morning? Is this the okay? Yeah, this is the same one. See, this is why I take my time. We get a little bit of dead air, not a lot. And then Kurt taunts him with, "Who's George?" And then Kelly, the girlfriend, LOL. Kurt, well done. You know, old sad sack Volpe probably still hasn't worked it out yet. And then Kelly says, "You are the sad one." And Kurt says, "Please explain." Uh, Terry Talbert Humphreys says, "TikTok." Oh, and then stupid Marla jumps in with, "Thank you." Stupid Marla. Oh my God. Did you see Lynette is accusing Marla of being the mole? Like, oh my God, she is stupid. She is stupid because Marla's involved in the case. Oh, there's Palmer's. Yeah, Palmer's Archer Homestead. I knew I would get it wrong. I was talking about everyone earlier saying that we need to pray for you and your family. This one I already showed. So let me take this one down. So we did show that the notice, uh, yeah, the notice of the expansion of the civil protection order. Okay, okay, I've got these ones. Looks like Dickie wants to jump in. Okay, fine by me. All right, so here we go. Here's Dickie's post. YouTube just silenced journalist Michael Volpe after a false harassment campaign by the Jeremy Hales lead cult, The Muppets. If it wasn't copyrighted, I'd play the Muppets theme. Maybe I'll just sing it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. We didn't break the copyright. It's a cover. Um, their AI failed the EDSA test. What is the EDSA test? I've never heard of that. Computerized electrodermal stress analysis? What? From what I'm reading here, it's electrodermal stress analysis to provide immediate results on the frequency imbalances related to nutritional deficiencies or organ stress, allergies, hormonal imbalance. Sorry, guys. So this is to deter. So it failed the test to find out if an athlete is a male or female. Like, do these guys just post stuff? Do they just post stuff that just to sound smart? This was journalism, not porn. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Your stuff is not journalism, dude. Like you've posted revenge porn. YouTube violated its own rules. Hashtag free speech. Hashtag journalism is not a crime. Hashtag Michael Volpe. Lefman, this is your channel, and you are already been suspended from YouTube, and you are evading the suspension by creating a new account. Yeah, like, and I seriously doubt you were smart enough to create this account before your other one was suspended, which would, in by definition, make it not evading. So if people reported your account, I'm not telling people to. I'm just saying if they were to, you could lose your account over that. I don't. I think if people did start reporting, I don't think they'd be very successful. But you you are risking a lot, my friend. Yes, I think we should all be saying prayers for the Palmer's family. Absolutely. Um, hashtag Michael Volpe. Coordinated false flags from Hale's criminal Muppets. Criminal Muppets. What's criminal? Who's been convicted of a crime? See, because you're saying it's criminal, and that makes it defamation. Because for something to be criminal, someone has to be convicted of a crime. No one's been convicted. Volpe was not, quote, engaged in pornography, unquote. Well, that's a matter of opinion, and YouTube they have their opinion. This is AI censorship gone rogue. Watch it when that AI censorship goes rogue. Uh, Neil Mohan must answer. Is that the CEO of Google? I'm not sure. Hashtag free the press. Hashtag YouTube censorship. Hashtag stop the Muppet. Like holy hashtags. Holy hashtags. Where there is sex and nudity in any of his videos, this is ridiculous, according to Helen Highwater. Flawed Native says you're bringing your potty mouth and vulgar behavior to everyone else's channel is a huge problem. Unnecessary and avoidable one. Class, not trash, wins in the end. You are, and then it gets cut off. Oh, I sorry, I didn't show that one for you guys. I'll show it. So yeah, this is in the YouTube comments right there. So if you want to read it, you can pause, but I read it. And then they sent me one more. And class, not trash, wins in the end. You are becoming a huge liability for excuse me, guys, for all the cases before the court. And then Dickey says, we'll see. Will you accept service on your subpoena? Okay, yeah, he's gonna subpoena YouTube comment people. Okay, good luck. Good luck. Uh oh, sending me the Muppet song. I don't want to. I don't want to get a copyright strike. I appreciate it. If we have a cover, yeah, if we have a cover, I'll play it. I should get a cover and add it just because of all this stuff. Man, I've been streaming for an hour. It doesn't feel like it. I find the Peter Griffin wannabe comments on as defamation. I'm not a Muppet or a criminal. Yeah, and that's what they've said. That's what they said. It was defamatory. Just doing the Muppet, uh, yeah, the Muppet things that we did. Posting the pictures as like that is not defamation at all. It's mockery, and parody and mockery and satire are always they get probably the most protection because and that goes back to Hustler v Falwell. You know, is it so ridiculous that a reasonable person would not believe it? There you go. I don't think any of these people have ever read any of these court cases about this stuff. Megan's song is awesome about Volpe. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I find it funny. Yeah, this is the stalker still talking about us. I'm responding my DM. Sorry, guys. I would not be surprised. The stalker is now making nice with the fleas. I did notice that, which is exactly what I said would happen. A lot of these people who come after people like me, Coop, and Georgie, which I'm dealing with it through the Facebook group right now with other people. Um, yeah, they aligned with other people who've attacked this channel, and I just cut those people off. You know, an old memory on Facebook came up where I jokingly, and I actually had a Marine buddy who did this. He gave kids on Halloween chocolate covered espresso beans. uh, like if you want to be hated in your community by all the parents, give kids chocolate covered espresso beans. Um, oh, the stalker is a mod for Stacy. Well, yeah, see, yeah, that I can always tell, like, when these people they do things, like, like if I don't like someone, and there are plenty of people on this side, on the Jeremy Hale side, that I can recognize. I'm like, okay, that person's got major issues. I don't want to be a part of them. I just try not to talk about them. If they talk about me, I'll ignore it for a while until I can't ignore it anymore, like to where they're doing things overtly. And then I'm gonna talk about them, and I'm gonna bring I'll bring receipts, and you'll get people like the stalker who was just crazy and just started attacking people for really no good reason. All because some of these people they just want to be involved in the drama. I'll show the Facebook drama. I will absolutely show. I'm doing it for views, and laughs. I will always do things for laughs too. That's the other thing about Skipper. And that's why I say, people, if people send me funny stuff, I will watch it. I'm in meme groups. The only thing I will say that I'm trying to get better at is business stuff. Um, and we did have a discussion this week. And like doing this stuff, okay? I don't want the fame. I like, yeah, my channel, the goal is to get to 10,000 right now. We're inching there. We're getting there, and we will hit it. And it was actually Tug who told me, he goes, "You're gonna be at 10,000 at some point." He goes, "You're gonna get there." Um, in fact, he told me, he's like, "You're doing some things that even people with bigger channels do not do well. For instance, the branding of the channel. But we spent months on the branding before I ever did the first show. What I need to do now is go back and grab some of those old early interviews where we actually had like big guests. Because my first co-host, Michael Bloomling, uh, he was able to bring in some big guests, and he was frustrated that we weren't getting a massive following right off the bat. And that's why he left, and he actually ran for Congress. Uh, and that I understand. I understand. But I also knew, I was like, it's going to take a long while to build a following, because you have to establish your brand first. So I knew that. So I had my brand established. And Tug was like, when I Googled Better Nation, you came right up, right up. He's like, so you are branded very well. And he goes, for that alone, you're probably going to get to 10,000. But I would much rather have the money than the fame. So I am like, while I do a lot of stuff and a lot of people do send me, funny stuff, I got to get better at the business aspect. I am trying to create more and more passive income. And like, I watched Jeremy's uh, members only this week with Joey. So there's an example of Joey doesn't have a platform yet. He's just on Jeremy's platform, but he's looking for ways to monetize it. And he talked in there about his plan. You have to go watch Jeremy's video for all the details. But it's a good reminder to me and to Georgie that and we do talk about the monetization of this. And Georgie's better at me at trying to get uh, the passive income stuff. I am lazy. I need to finish. Like, I'll start on stuff, and I need to focus on finishing it. I really do. And I recognize that about me. I'll try to work on things for 5 minutes. And, but I really need to come up with some big ideas. So for those of you who know, you know that I'm trying to buy a hotel room in Vegas. It's something me and my business partner want to do. and we've still been working at it. They cost about, on the low end, about $300,000. And pretty much when you buy it, it gets rented out, and it, you know, you'll make money off it. Not a ton of money. It's actually a very modest profit that they say on average you're going to get. But that's not the value that we see. We do see an intrinsic value, but the discussions we're talking about now is, should we open this up for other investors and do like an investment group? My business partner is way better at stuff like that. We might, and there's been people, who in our circle who've approached me about it, and we might do that. Um, and like right now, for instance, this week, I'll tell you guys, gold dropped this week. It had a significant drop. Um, which that's when you buy. When when stocks drop, people panic and they're like, I'm not investing in the stock market. When it's dropping, that's when you buy. Um, I've been doing very well with my stocks this year, better so than in previous years. Um, so in the last month, I've gained 0.27%. Very modest gains, but it's a gain. Um, in the last year, 16%. And I have different venues, but you don't need a lot. Uh, I take $10 a paycheck and invest it. I do that, and I do it most times through Cash App. Like, it is that easy to invest nowadays. Um, and with gold dropping, that's what I bought on Friday. I bought gold on Friday. Uh, but I need to do more with passive income. And that's what the discussions are right now. Like, we did talk with, we do have our business. We talked with a banker. We told him, look, we're looking to borrow 350,000. We want to buy this property in Las Vegas. And the guy was like, well, I can probably get you a good interest rate. Well, he's like, you obviously have to show me the business plan and everything for it. He's like, but that's not a lot of money for a business investing for essentially a real estate venture. And I said, okay, well then lend us 700,000 and we'll buy two. Easy. You don't think it's a lot of money? Okay, we can increase. 3% is the return on investment year to year. But again, that's not where we see the value. But um, I do need to do more passive, and that's one thing. Like, I've had people be like, "You should do what Jeremy does and sell things." If I start buying and selling things, I'll probably do that for the foundation. I'll probably start a thrift store and do it that way. Um, and again, just like I read that article this week where studies show, if you want to be a happier person, do things for other people. And I'll tell you, that has helped me with my PTSD. Starting this show, doing the nonprofit, all that stuff has helped. I'm the first to admit, I'm keeping the nonprofit small. I'm purposefully keeping it small. Could I probably do more? Probably, but then I would have to take time away from this show. By keeping it small, it's scalable. Okay. I don't want to have to pay an accountant right now. And if I go big, I have to get an accountant. And I've got a buddy of mine who's doing that. And I mean, he's a retired Marine. He can live off his retirement, but he is exhausted. And I just don't want to be there yet. I'm trying to build a support structure for the nonprofit here. But you'll know if I am going big because I'll start a thrift store, and thrift stores here do very well. We get all those people from LA. They love vintage clothes and stuff. And here's the other thing: if you're looking to do a nonprofit, this is where Lynette was so stupid. Uh, she should have uh, done a thrift store through her nonprofit. She could have paid herself, or at least taken a lot of her stuff and had it paid for, and say, okay, this is like her housing. She could have finished off her house and said that the house belongs to the nonprofit. And I know she's kind of said that, but she's just not smart enough to do this. And then all the profits from selling her stuff at the flea market, on the flea market, she should have, hey, we're a 501c3. The problem is she would not be a 990. 990 means you have assets less than $50,000. Okay. Because once you're over 990, once you're over 50,000, you can no longer be a 990, which means you don't fill out the 990 EZ form, which is very easy. That's why they call it the EZ form. And that's why I'm keeping mine small. I know that, I'm cognizant of it. So it's a lot easy for me. But she's not smart enough for that. But if she were to make hers bigger, she would have to do a lot more accounting. But she could get a lot of her stuff paid for and do it through a thrift store because people will donate stuff. Because think of all the stuff that people could get rid of. Think of all the stuff they could get rid of that you then could resell. Skipper recognizes the nonprofit scam route. Yeah, yeah. Before I started my nonprofit, I talked to many people, and there are nonprofit scams out there. There are, and they're easy to recognize. I've had people accuse mine of being a scam. It's not. It's not. Um, there are to them because they can't find the proof that they're looking for. Absence of proof does not mean that something's a scam. It doesn't. It means you just haven't found the proof. And you get that with other stuff. Hey, I see this on Facebook all the time. I can't find proof of this, so that means you're this. I can't find proof of your service, so that means you're stolen valor. Just that was the example I first had. And I was like, well, if you can't find proof of my service, first off, you're an idiot. I talk all about it. I show pictures. Like I do a lot of stuff to show that I definitely served. Um, and they immediately revert to, well, show me your DD 214. I'm not showing you a private personal document. Go F yourself. You can find public documents that prove I'm a veteran. So lack of proof, and I dealt with this with Uncle Frank. They couldn't find proof of certain things of Uncle Frank. Well, that doesn't mean Uncle Frank was not a real person. He was literally on the show. He was a real person because they were saying that for a while. And then they were saying he wasn't a veteran. We have pictures of him in uniform. He was a veteran. Um, so lack of proof doesn't prove anything. It means you haven't found proof. It's you can't prove a negative. But yeah, but the stuff that she does leans towards, yeah, her nonprofit is a scam. But there's stuff that she could be doing where it wouldn't be a scam. It would be completely above board, completely legal. She's just not smart enough to do it, and not smart enough to do it the right way. I don't care if they can. People can have their arguments in the chat. I don't care. I see it's happening. Doesn't bother me. Don't care. Um, hey, here's the way I look at it, Coop. If people are arguing in the chat, it's just giving me more. What do I say? More comments, which is telling YouTube the so YouTube only cares about views, but the likes and the comments kind of tell YouTube how popular and engaging the video is. So I don't mind the comments at all. As long as people are not, like crossing lines, I don't care. And that's why I've all the mods know. Let people can attack me. If people start like crossing the line of attacking people, sorry, I just got a DM. Um, yeah, it's funny because I would much rather people, like, if people have problems, I would much rather them just sort it out here. I'm fine with that. The Muncie mission has several thrift stores here in Indiana. They even operate trucks. They deal with recovery. More skipper here in Indiana. Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name. It's a guy who I think he knows Jeremy, and he's in Ohio, and he was doing like an arcade or like a community center type of thing for the kids. Um, and he he it was part of his like his pastoral mission, I guess you'd say. He wasn't a pastor himself, but that's kind of what he was doing. And I had promoted it a couple times. I told him, I said, "Look, I'm happy to support you however you need me to. I wish I were there because I could support you more." Which I think that's actually a really smart thing. I would love to do an arcade in this area. If we do the coffee shop, we're gonna buy this plot of land that's several acres, and I could do other stuff on it. Um, I would consider doing like a thrift store and arcade on it for the nonprofit. Absolutely would. Because for me, like mom wants to shop and let the kids, hey, I'll leave you guys at the arcade and then go shop. Yeah, that's a great way to do stuff. Um, and put it all in the same building. That's the way I do it. Uh, Again, I would be smart. I would probably do all that through the nonprofit, and I would probably tell people, send me your military stuff, artifacts, and I will actually do a museum. Like I would probably do 29 Palms Museum. I would probably do that because again, museums now that land becomes tax free. And so now you don't have to pay taxes on the land. But I could rent out to other places. Hey, if you want to do like a little boutique shop or something, almost like how Bucky's does things, or like a flea market. Like, hey, you want to put a little spot over there? Go ahead and do that. Um, and then I can offer it cheaper because the building is the nonprofits. See, that's how I would operate the nonprofit. Again, I haven't done any of that stuff yet because it's an incredible investment of my time. And, you know, I think Jeremy's, if he's still here, I think he would say the biggest limitation on his businesses is his time. Like, it's great when you and find every business owner will tell you finding good people, good workers is tough. He thankfully has found some great ones. He's got Deanna. I just love Deanna. I she just like of everyone in this saga. If there was anyone I could hang out with for a day, it would probably be Deanna. But he's also got Christian and Patience, that he trusts them, and and that's that. I'll tell you this: Jeremy's a good leader because he takes good care of his people. I used to say that as a Marine officer. Take care, fight for your people; they'll fight for you. Um, like with Marines, I would get officers and I would be like, look, you want to have great morale. There's a couple things you don't do. You don't mess with your Marines' time, don't mess with their money, and don't mess with their food. You leave those three things alone, you can get them to do the worst jobs ever. I remember in Afghanistan, I had two sergeants. They were probably 22 years old, no construction experience. One was a reservist. In the reserves, he was an aircraft mechanic, and in his civilian job, he was uh, a police officer. Died after like 6 months after our deployment. Very sad situation. I love the kid to death. Um, and I had him, and I had another ammo tech, and I needed to build a secure wall around the general's compound. The general, like the only general we had on deck, we had to make the compound way more secure. Yep. See, Jeremy says, yep, absolutely is time. And I pulled these two because they were very effective, like very good. They were like some of the best sergeants I've ever had. Like I knew they were going to, if I gave them something to do, they would minimal minimal direction, and they would find ways to do it. And I pulled them aside. I said, okay, we need to secure this compound. I said, we have access. to lots of concrete. They will build 15-foot high T-walls. So a T-wall, it's what you see the barriers in the roads, the concrete barriers that you see. Those are the standard is the 13-foot high, or I'm sorry, 3-foot high. But because they have that like angled base, they can go higher. And we had them 15-foot high. And I said, I want the whole compound surrounded by this. I go, but you guys have to do it. I said, you have to be done by this date. And the only thing I'm going to say is try to have it as done minimally as possible and try to, I said, and be as safe as possible. These guys didn't know a thing about heavy equipment. They didn't know a thing about, well, they knew a little bit about security because the Marine Corps will teach you about security. They didn't know a thing about construction at all. And I gave them points of contact. I said, okay, if you go talk to this guy, they're the ones making the concrete here. So go talk with them about the concrete walls. Go talk to this guy, these engineers over here, Air Force. And some of you guys may have seen my short, this YouTube short I did about Air Force, the unit called Red Horse. They're essentially CVs, but for the Air Force, those guys are amazing. Like the stuff that those guys do. Like I know we give the Air Force and the military, we give them a bunch. We call them the Chair Force. We give them a lot of guff. But I'll tell you, the Air Force, very good at what they do. And as a logistics officer, I always really appreciated the job they do because they can move things um, in the most efficient manner possible. Like that is the one military service that makes money in the United States. They make money. They like Marine Corps. If I was shipping something, the Air Force gets paid for that. And the thing is, they do a great job. That I wish the other services did as good of a job as the Air Force. But Red Horse especially, I will always call out that unit and just say what a great job those guys did. But I said, go talk to this gunnery sergeant. He's their heavy equipment operator. He'll get you. Don't tell him how to suck eggs. You just tell him what you need. Let him figure out how to support it. And I said, just like how I tell you guys, I'm telling you any support you need from me. I'm just giving you your limitations. And if you need help, you come to me. I said, and like I gave him a staff sergeant's name. I'm like, hey, he's in charge of the general's personal security detachment. We can do more when the general's not on deck. So if you coordinate with him on the days when the general's not there, that's when we can do a lot more stuff and we can move faster and get things. And it like literally they had like a month to do it. They had everything done in 3 weeks and they had no experience doing anything like that before. And that's why, our military is really amazing. If you are a business owner, you should be hiring people who are former military. Because and vet firefighters here, he'll attest to this. Everyone in the military gets leadership training. You are hiring someone who already has management training. Now they might not have all the nuances and stuff, but they're going to have the basics. They're going to have the basics. And I've had people on my show who are veterans with businesses and veterans who do business improvement. And they're like, look, you're hiring military people. They already know. Like they've been a fire team leader, which is like, that would be like a crew leader. Like they're not, a corporal in the military. That is like, yeah, like your crew leader, your, um, your NCO, senior NCO or staff NCO is like your shift leader. Um, your uh, your senior NCOs would be like like if you were doing a warehouse, they would be your um, I'm trying to think of the word, like your warehouse supervisor. Okay, and then the officers are more your executive people. That's why my brother, he was an ammo tech, got out, and now he he is essentially a general manager in Ohio, um, and has risen through the ranks. Was started off as um, he was actually hired as a shift leader first, then just kind of moved up. and it's because of the military. And he'll tell you, like, his job, he was very quickly the person who hired and fired people. They were like, "Oh, yeah, you're gonna be the guy that hires and fires," because that's one thing they don't really teach people, and people don't know how to do it. Like, I have fired people, and it's actually incredibly easy to fire people if you do it right. If you're doing counselings and when they are not meeting standards, you bring them in and you start off first with, "Hey, uh, here's what you do well. Here's what we like about you. This is why you're in the position you're in. Here's where we need improvement." And then you finish it off on a positive note and say, "And just remember, or here's something else you do well." You want to build people up. And if you only focus on the negative, you're going to be bringing them down. So bookend it with positive stuff and then improve in the middle. Be like, you know, we like these positive things, but we want to take you to the next level. And if you improve on these, you're going to be there. Uh, and that's your counselings. And you do that a couple times. And if you're constantly bringing the same things up, when it gets to the point where you have to fire them, you're not going to they're going to be like, "Yeah, yeah, I know you wanted me to do this. I'm not doing it. Um, I understand I'm not meeting the standard." And it's, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this didn't work out. And it is so easy then. I've never fired someone who, one, didn't know it was coming. They already knew, like, because I already told, "Look, I need this from you. You're on your last leg. I really need this from you. Please, please do it. I want you to be successful." Um, so it's easy. The bad leaders do things that uh, are, they won't tell you where you, like, they'll keep it a secret and then be like, "Oh, you're not doing this. You're fired." No, no, you gotta let them know so that they can do better. The other things that they'll do is set people up. Here's the thing: if you have someone who is not performing, I will always move them if I can. You should grow where you're planted, but some people just don't have certain skills. And you should, if they're successful somewhere else, you put them in that place where they're going to be successful. Give them the best chance for success. Absolutely. Empowering your leaders yeah, absolutely. Uh, I was in the one video where Jeremy said that Christian and Patience had brought in the renters. I was like, that right there, Jeremy is empowering his leaders. Like, eventually, Jeremy's going to hire more people. Uh, Christian and Patience are going to be the supervisors because he has enabled them to be the make decisions. I had a boss who, even though he knew my training and I was the leader of everybody, I couldn't make decisions without his approval. Do you know what that did? People knew that, and they would go around me and go to him. I was not being empowered as a leader. That's why I left the job, because I was like, well, if he knows I'm trained to be a leader. He knows I have experience. He actually has told me he likes his leadership skill, but he couldn't give up the decision making ability. And I get it. It is scared. It is scary. When I told those guys, they could have really jacked that up. Who would have been responsible? Me. But you delegate powers to the people that you are confident, and you delegate your hardest stuff to the people that are the most effective. All these fights in the chat, they have me laughing. What is he saying? All the storage unit channels release the same. Yeah, well, that guess what? That's the model. That's the model. Y- y- You don't change a working model. I watch a lot of guys who talk about marketing, and because of this show, I've had to go down the rabbit hole of marketing. Um, and again, that's why I tell people, do not kick people out of the chat. I want that. I'm happy to get all the comments. Like, oh, this, I don't like what this person's saying. Boot them out. No, no, have the debate. It's gonna give me more look, we got 70 people watching. Um, that's for a lot of different reasons, but one of them is because I'm sure YouTube is recommending this video because people are arguing in the chat. That's okay. I don't care. I'm not getting involved in it, but they can do it. If someone crosses a line, then yeah, then I'll step in or have a mod step in. But until that, you can bicker all you want. I don't care. Greg is upset I mocked his internet daddy. Well, I mean, you can mock all you want. No one cares. People, but if you know, the solution to free speech is more free speech. Like you can be mad at Jeremy all you want, but the thing is, Jeremy at the end of the day is taking home a check. I take home a check from this. So mock me all you want. I don't care. And people do. People do. I I'll tell you, I get annoyed when people do it. Like, do it to my face. Don't run somewhere else. Do it to my face. I got no problem with you coming in here and do it to my face. So we acknowledge it's all kayfabe. Um, it depends on what you're saying. If you're talking about, yeah, like the the titles, yeah, like you have to entice people to come in. So, and Jeremy's very good at that. I've done it before. Uh, I miss opportunities because it's just not my focus. But yeah, I could probably do more titles where, and I've done some. Like did they really say this? uh, yeah, but yeah, you're smart. It's a smart business decision because at the end of the day, this is business. And if you don't like it, sorry. Like people watch reality TV for a reason. And that's why people get mad at reality TV, or like when you start talking to them, you find they watch a lot of it. Like I'll watch like I enjoy Naked and Afraid. I've been watching it recently. I need to get back into it, but what's the one about the prisoners? Love After Lockup. I used to watch 90 Day Fiance. I've kind of gotten out of that one. But I will like I can't watch Real Housewives. My ex used to watch that and it just drives up my blood pressure. It's just like the constant cattiness. I hate that. I hate it when it's in a office space. Like that I don't like. And that will happen in offices too. But again, you have to set the tone as a leader. You have to be like, "Hey, look, I am not gonna put up with any type of BS. We're not gonna do rumors. We're not gonna do any of this stuff." Yeah, Jeremy is a good dude. He is. And look how well Jeremy has been doing here lately. I know he's here, and I know it's probably awkward for him to hear about that, but like, dude, he has been doing. I can tell he's been doing really great things with his mental health, and that makes me feel very good because as someone who I've worked on my mental health, and I would absolutely use him as an example. So many veterans, like I was dealing with a veteran this week, and it gets so exhausting, but I have to like remember that I'm helping people. Some veterans are just not ready for help yet. And when they are, and I had one who I've talked to him previously. I gave him good advice. He didn't listen to it. He came back to me. I was like, "This is not working out." And I was like, "Well, yeah, the things that I told you is good advice." And I had him talk to another veteran, and I think we might have him getting some legitimate help now. Jeremy is a good man. You don't actually know him. Find real people to believe in. You think he's fake? Uh, now, yeah, his channel and his headlines are for clicks. Absolutely. Do I think Jeremy is a good person? Yeah, I do. And I'll tell you that here's the biggest thing why I believe that. And again, I'll go back to Christian and Patience. They've been working with him for years. When I first found Jeremy's channel, Christian and Patience were working for him. If you are not a good leader and not a good person, people will work for you, but they'll eventually leave. Absolutely, they will leave. And so, yeah, like I 100% believe Jeremy is a good person. I just watch him act like a tool on his channel. Okay, well then you watch. So you fall into the trap. Like, don't be mad that you are the one, like you're mad about stuff, but you're watching him. Like, and that's how he's good. He pulled you in and you're watching. You're hate watching. You're probably a bigger fan of him than I am. I'm very upfront about what I watch of Jeremy. I don't watch a lot of his storage unit videos. I've said that from day one. I'll watch them. I will watch them, but I'm like when they come out, I'm not like ooh. Like some days I'll kind of watch them for a little bit, and then after like 5-10 minutes, I'm like okay, I'm gonna move on to the next thing. Um, like, but I will. I like his members onlys. I really like his members onlys. Um, I like seeing the real side of him. I will, I watched the whole Lynette saga because it's funny. Like it's sad for Jeremy, but like her craziness is hilarious and entertaining. I watched the Otter Creek battle with the local government because that is a lot of what I do on my channel. Jeremy doesn't fit the victim mold, but he's still a victim of these people nevertheless. Yeah, he wouldn't have the convictions that he does already. And I'll tell you something, Rusty. If you don't think all these other people are going to be held accountable, mm, you, you're going to be very upset. I had a friend that used to go video for him. In fact, there was a few of his old videos. Jeremy is who he is. Yeah, I believe that. Here's the thing. Do you think there's a part of you, there's a reason why when I started this show, I insisted on being called the skipper. I insisted on it. Why do you guys think that is? I'll give you guys a minute. Why do you think I didn't just say I'm Veteran Nation? Veteran Nation is actually people call me it, but it's the name of the channel, and I was insistent upon that too. But I go by as the skipper on the channel. I don't go by. I'm not like, hey, I'm Mike, everyone. And a lot of YouTubers do use monikers, and I think it's very smart that they do. But do you know why I do it? Jeremy has plenty of people that know him and love him. Do you want the link from me? You're asking for a link, or is this part of the other discussion? Yeah, people are saying Rusty is boring. Yeah, it's the same argument I've heard from so many of the anti what the Hales people over and over. And it's like, if you don't like it, just don't watch. You can have problems with Jeremy. You can have problems with me. I don't care. Like, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. A bunch of people say, I don't like Skipper. I don't watch him. Okay, well, don't watch. But I don't want to hear you tell me about what I should be doing if that's the case. A lot of people who don't watch me have a lot of opinions about what I should be doing with my show. And I'll tell you, I do not give one iota. Hey, look, I called out Rusty as being an alt for either Paint Chips or Volpe, and they went quiet. Oh, yeah, yeah. It would not surprise me if it's one of them. Would not surprise me. Because again, I don't need, like, I've admitted I have an alt. Why do I have an alt on Facebook? It's so I can read stuff. I don't comment with it. I'm not trying to get any information. I'm just reading because some people will block me, and sometimes they have stuff that I want to read. JH is bombastic and snarky, but also kind and loving. Two things that can be true. Yeah, I can see why some people wouldn't like Jeremy. I think I get along with Jeremy in real life. I think we'd get along very well. And a lot of things. I see a lot of myself in Jeremy. We're both from Ohio. We both have spent a lot of time up on Lake Erie. He has more of a drive for business than what I do. Um, but I'm getting there. I am definitely getting there. Um, like we've been around the same areas of Ohio, and that's what first drew me in was uh, when he was doing the some of the stuff with Marilyn Raby, doing those videos. He was going to places that I knew. I was like, oh, I know exactly where that is. I've been down that road, hung out at that restaurant, a lot of stuff like that. You're, Rusty, you're clearly a flea anti. What the hell's you hate him, but he you give him views. You're not very smart. Yeah, absolutely. Low pair paint chips. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Doug Hembry or one of those either. They all had the same arguments against, oh, Jeremy's a bully. Jeremy does it. Who cares? Stop watching them. There's people I don't like on YouTube. I don't watch them. I block their channels. Terry M. I met Jeremy in person. He's extremely nice. And you know, like what they say, in person, George talks more. Jeremy's more quiet. I believe that 100%. People are like, when they meet me, I do this channel where I'm mainly talking to the camera. Uh, and people meet me in real life. They're like, you're actually quieter than you are on the show. It's like, yeah, I save it all for the show. I do. I do like to talk. And if I know someone, I will talk with them all day long. Um, but yeah, I will. What's up, Georgie? um, but yeah, if I don't know a lot of people, I get very reserved and quiet. Uh, the first couple years of doing the show was me talking to the camera, which was incredibly hard. I do not recommend that for people. If you're doing a channel, have someone to talk to when you start, and then oh, I'm downloading this. So we have an update on what Paint Chips was doing. Uh, I'm hitting the wrong things. But yeah, you should practice talking just to the camera. It is not easy. Not easy at all. So this is where we left off. This is an update to what Leftman had said the last time. Where we left off, he said, "Will you accept service on your subpoena?" And Flawed Native jumps in and says, "Scare tactic to stifle free speech. That's a classic germ move." Both sides are pathetic. And Luffman says, "Not at all. I'm sending subpoenas to YouTube to get account identities of the Muppets cult. The latest Volpe deplatforming is part of the pattern of harassment. I will subpoena all the account owners and use that in my cases and present my findings to law enforcement. Not a threat, a promise." Now I'm gonna go to Volpe's, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna go to his channel, and um I'm gonna give him some comments. I'm gonna do it live here, so he knows it's me. Um, okay. Wow, his channel doesn't come up right away. His branding is not good enough. I'm typing in Luffman News, and it's not coming up. Am I spelling it wrong? Oh yeah, yeah. I'm spelling it wrong. Wrong. 2 N's. And it's still not coming up. Oh my god. See, This is why they don't even do like some of the little stuff, so they can't get it right. Can someone give me a link to his channel? Just put it in the comments. Uh, nobody can truly know someone from just watching their YouTube channel, but I think you can get an idea of the person. Yeah, you can. So, okay, no one really answered my question. Why do I go as the skipper? I go as the skipper because I do recognize doing this show, while it is me, it's also a version of me. It's the version of me I'm willing to put out. You guys will not see everything about Skipper. And Jeremy does the same thing. And he's smart to do the same thing. Uh, but yeah, I wanted that physical reminder. So that's why I go as the skipper. Might be gone. I doubt it. It might. But just give me a link to his channel. If anyone has it. I'm sure someone has. Okay, yeah, Han's gonna give me the link. Just post it in the comments here. I can get it there. But yeah, so there are things I don't talk about on this show. There's things I purposefully kept from this show. And it's, you know, a lot of that is um yeah, a lot of that is because not everything needs to be on the show. I think the people that broadcast everything about their life are dumb. You yeah, you shouldn't broadcast everything. Okay. So I'm just going to respond to his latest video. Add a comment. Hey, I see you're adding people for subpoenas for your case. Feel free to add me. I'd love to go on the court record to tell the world I think you're a real POS. Robbie too. There we go. See, I'll tell people to their face. Now, that that's what we call active aggression. Passive aggression would be me talking about it privately and not telling. I'm willing to say it publicly. And if he wanted to come in here in the chat, I would tell him right to his face. I think you're a fat piece of crap. I appreciate it. I appreciate the DM with it. I do, Hellhound. Some of you guys are always clutch players. You're always there. My coffee is cold, but at least I've got some saltwater taffy here. I don't know what this one is. I bought the assorted pack, which means somewhere in here there's probably going to be a black licorice, which is going to be disgusting. I hope this is not it. It's not black licorice. Good morning, ketchup. I moved the microphone away so then you guys don't have to deal with hearing me chew. See? Again, marketing. No one wants to hear that. That one was marshmallow flavor. I'm gonna send you certain pictures if you don't pay attention. Georgie sends me pictures throughout the day. I think she's just trying to show off. Like yesterday, I think she was trying to show off her dress. She was going to an event yesterday and was like, "Hey, here's me." It got posted on her channel later, or not on her channel, but on her Facebook. I do that. Like so I'll do that. I've got female friends. I'll send pictures of me and be like, "Okay, I need a woman's perspective because I'm a dude and I'm a dumb stupid dude." And I'll just be like, "How does this look?" Yours was cold, but now gone. Time to refill. Yeah, I'm gonna get up here in a second and refill. Look how nice Ketchup is. She's like waving hi to everyone. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'll turn the song on and then I'll go get some more coffee and we'll keep going.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady.
Okay, there we go. I got my coffee. Speaking of coffee, that's something I am. So the one guy that I'm doing the coffee shop with, he just got back from China. He was in China and Vietnam. This is the Vietnamese coffee that his family grows. And so we're talking about doing the coffee shop. I'm gonna take this down. So we're talking about taking the coffee shop. And again, as I've told you guys, Skipper is lazy, especially when it comes to business. I want to do passive stuff. So we're now me doing the coffee shop is active, but I'm trying to convince him that he needs to do coffee, this type of coffee, but as um, like allow creators to take their own brand and their own logos and stuff, so that what he'll do, and then he'll give them a link. So let's say I came up with Veteran Nation Combat Coffee, something stupid like that, right? And I came up with a logo, and then I sign up with him. That then I'll do my, hey, if you want to buy some of our coffee, here's our website. Go and buy coffee, right? And then when you buy the coffee, it's actually like it's going through him. You're getting the coffee with my logo and however I've named the coffee. Um, and he's doing all the business stuff he's already doing for his coffee. It's just I'm helping him sell more, and I then will get, let's say, $1.50 per every half pound sold or something like that, right? Every $10 sold, I get dollar 50, right? Um, I'm trying to do that because that is one, it's passive. So I don't really have to do much other than, put a link out or a promo code or something. I like allowing the creators to brand the coffee themselves. Coffee is very easy to grow. I grow it. I don't know how to roast it yet. Roasting is actually not that hard, but roasting is where most of the flavor comes from. I know a lot about coffee. I used to work at a coffee shop and I was very interested in it. And the owner and me had a lot of discussions about like when you get a flavored coffee, and let's say they're gonna roast 1,000 beans. All it takes is one bean with the flavor to be put into that roast to give every bit of it the flavor that you're looking for. And I'll tell you, oh, look, the dog and cat are gonna fight in the background. They wrestle throughout the day. A show within a show. Get her, Kang. Look, the cat bites. The dog doesn't care. The cat bites the dog. I found this little independent coffee shop that uses coffee beans from Puerto Rico. It's the best espresso I've ever had. Yeah, and there are some really good coffees out there. Really good. But right now, the price of coffee's up because of the tariffs, and that's why I'm really trying to get him moving on the whole thing of, doing coffee, and, like, people like Georgie. So if we can get Georgie, if this guy that I'm working with, if he's open to the idea, but we have to put in some things to create it, right? But if Georgie and him were to set up a site and she was gonna do like Georgie's wake up blend, right? And she gets $1 for everything sold. So any order that comes in through that website, he's gonna ship it off. He's got all that stuff. It's now passive income for Georgie. Like after Georgie sells so many bags of coffee, like let's say $50 worth, or where she gets a like she sells if we're doing yeah, she sells 100 bags, she's gonna get a $10 payout. That's passive income. And I think tailoring it for creators is the smartest thing. A lot of places out there will be like, "Hey, we want you to sell our products." Like, like with Jeremy with Olight, right? Well, you're selling Olight. It's Jeremy selling someone else's brand. What I'm trying to convince him of is let the creators create their own brand. It's still your coffee. You're still making your profit, but let them sell their own brand. And that's what I do like with my merch shop. I love my merch shop because uh they give me more control as a creator than what I did. I did Teespring for a while. I did not like everything was a set price. They were getting the maximum amount. They were charging people like the they were charging people a ton of money for uh shipping. I just didn't like it. The only thing I have now is I don't like the shipping cost with my current merch shop, but I like everything else about it. So I will eat that. I don't like that they charge it's like $8 for shipping. I get that they're trying to secure themselves a profit. I get that. And shipping can be a little bit because like if someone wants to ship to certain areas, it can be a fluctuating price. That is why I have not gotten into uh whatnot auctions or um what's it uh eBay. That's why I have not gotten into that stuff yet. I've done logistics for years. Um, there are some risks that you are taking on, and I don't want to accept that risk as of yet. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Um, so yeah, for me, I would like if it were in person, a lot easier. And that's one thing in Jeremy's one members only. They were talking about how much work goes on behind the scenes. And that's fine. If I were someone like Georgie, I would probably be doing stuff like that. Just as I'm just using you as an example, Georgie. I'm not saying that you need to do that stuff. Absolutely, Georgie. Don't you have the link? I'll send it to you. I didn't think you were talking to me when you were talking about a link earlier. So yeah, I did tell Luffman to his face, "Hey, go ahead, give me a subpoena. I'd love to tell in court that I think you're an absolute piece of shit. Get it on the record." uh, but yeah, so that's what I'm trying to convince. Um, he's not. Well, I guess I could say he's my business partner because we are doing other ventures together. But if we do the coffee thing, that's what I'm trying to convince him of. Like creating, like I get that he has his brand he wants to sell, but y- I, again, chase the money, not the dream. I get that he wants to sell a bunch of coffee under his brand. But if you can sell coffee under someone else's brand and move more, oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Every day of the week. So that's what I'm trying to convince him of. Um, and then if people like Tug and Jeremy, if they were like, "Hey, I want to be a part of this business thing. I like what it is." By all means, you make more money through networking than anything else. Anything else. Like I could see, um, I don't know if Tug or Jeremy would be interested in that. I think Megan would because I know Megan does stuff with coffee. For me, absolutely. He's already said he will do a Veteran Nation brand. Um, I'm not going to do a Veteran Nation brand. I will do a brand with him. Um, but it's not going to be Veteran Nation. I think I talked about what we were going to call the coffee shop. But I said, yeah, if you're open to that, I will absolutely do it. And I think doing a subscription model, the subscription model is, in my opinion, some of the smartest models out there. There's a reason why so many companies are going to a subscription model. Uh, it's tried, it's tested, it's guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed income, but it's steady. Makes your income steady. So what I'd like to do is be like, hey, we're gonna do Skipper's Roast. Is reach the season of regular coffee in the morning, then oh my god, flavored coffee the rest of the day. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. Maybe I'll do campfire coffee tomorrow, do a bonfire, uh, and then roast or not roast, but uh, brew my own coffee out by the campfire, which just gives it a little bit different of a flavor. And just sit outside and do a video, coffee with the skipper as I'm doing that. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Um, but yeah, I think what was I talking? I think that's just a really smart business model. Like I would be like, hey, you guys, if you want to, do coffee with the skipper, you want to have some of the coffee that I'm having, for $11 a month, it'll be sent to you, every time. Which that's a smart. Just talking about logistics, that's a smart model because with logistics, what's always hard with logistics is the unknowns. So selling things, are people going to buy stuff every day? Not always. Where are they gonna be shipped to every day? So the more standardization you can do, like, "Hey, I know on the 28th of the month, I've gotta send out so many packs of, uh, coffee to these addresses every month, so that's there by the 1st." That's a very strong business model because you can plan for that stuff. Logistics, the hardest you can either save time or money, but if you can plan for things, you can sometimes save both. Hey, Georgie.
Hi, darling.
How are you? Are you feeling better?
A little bit. I sound
Good.
horrible though.
It happens.
That cough has my throat all kinds of bleh. Hiya, chat.
You've been feisty today.
Yeah. I've been around you too much. When I see somebody, I'm going to call them on their bullshit.
I had to laugh that Coop was like, Skipper was mad yesterday. Before I came live, I was.
Wait, what?
Yesterday, before I went live, I was upset.
I don't remember why.
Um, because of the DMs I was getting at 4:30 in the
Oh,
morning.
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. We both woke up to bullshit.
That's just so rude. That is so rude. Like even if I was on the East Coast, 7:30 in the morning, it's too early to be DMing people with drama.
Right? Nemesis. Hi, darling. I figured before I have to go get the kids, I would come cause chaos with you. Yeah, you are, Koopy. Even I forgot what he was mad about, but now I remember. We told you
I,
about that.
I didn't want to bring Coop into the drama. I know Coop doesn't like the drama, so that's why I didn't bring you in, Coop. I didn't want to trauma dump onto you, even though it's not really trauma dumping. It was just me going off.
I mean, that's understandable. Who the hell wants to wake up to drama at 4:30 in the morning?
And here's the thing: it takes a lot to make me upset. It really does. So if you have me upset, you have crossed a line. Because there are things that'll annoy me, and I'll just be like, okay, I'm just gonna walk away, come back, and when I come back, the emotions are gone.
Yeah.
Palmer's, should Georgie start doing ASMR?
No. Don't start that again. No.
I will watch some of those, like not all of them. Like I started getting into ASMR when when I was first diagnosed with PTSD. I was looking for calming techniques, and only a couple people actually do a really good job. There's actually a guy out there who does magic tricks. I do enjoy his because I like magic, but it's not for relaxing. What relaxes me is spray paint art videos.
Yeah. Where they do the spin. You seen the spin
Sometimes
art where they put it on the drill and then they pour all the paint on it and
I'll,
spin it?
I'll watch the street guys. Like a lot of it's like the visual aspect I find calming because they're doing calming stuff. Then you throw in the sounds of like shaking the cans and all that stuff. Just everything about it just relaxes me.
Nancy said she woke up at 4 a.m. and there was a very large centipede in the bathroom.
Oh wow, I get those out here, not a lot though, but we do have them. Those don't bother me. Spiders don't bother me.
Yeah, you can keep the spiders.
Georgie knows I was at the zoo this week one day, and I loved the tarantulas. The only problem is they always put the tarantulas right near the snakes. I don't do snakes. I do not like snakes.
I would rather have snakes than spiders.
See, spiders don't bother me. Like I don't. People are like, "Oh, I need someone to kill spiders." I'll kill them. Like if they're in my house, I'm just gonna relocate them. I'll take them outside or something, put them somewhere where And I get black widows out here, and people freak out, and I'm like, okay, like you should worry if you have young kids in the house, but if you don't, the black widows, they'll just it's gonna suck. I would actually much rather be bit by a black widow than I would a brown recluse.
Neither
Brown
things.
recluses, they're in Ohio.
I have been bit by a brown recluse and spent 2 weeks in the hospital, and that is where my fear of spiders stem from.
Yeah, see, I'm not even like I would probably kill a brown recluse. I have found black widows and I've relocated them. Um, but yeah, brown recluse, um, I would probably kill because I just don't like. I don't want to even deal with the fallout. Um, but if you're going to handle spiders, put on gloves. Spiders, tarantulas, all those stuff. They see your heat signature. Um, so yeah, put on gloves if you're going to handle them.
I've gotten to where I just feed them to the dragon.
Centipedes for ketchup. I understand centipedes. Yeah, they don't scare me, but the same thing. I would put on gloves and relocate them. Just get them out of my place. I've been shocked it's been getting cold and see I normally get the critters that try to come into my house when it gets cold. But this year, nothing. Like normally I get like the kitty he finds and kills. We've had tarantulas, we've had spiders, we've had scorpions. I've gotten the little desert rats out here. They're rats, but they don't get very big. They're not like New York sewer rats. But yeah, anything that tries to come in the house, the cat kills. Gopher snakes, I've gotten those. But that's why I got a cat. He's a killer. And he's also, well, you can't see him, but he's getting fat.
Conspiracy kitty?
Yeah, he's been getting fat because he hasn't been hunting. There's not a lot coming in. But my friend, a veteran, she's moving back this way. She's probably going to stay here for like a month until she finds a place. And she's bringing her cat. And she used to be my roommate. And her cat, and she will be going on the cruise with us. Her cat and my cat were best of buds last time we lived together. So we're hoping that they get along again because it was funny with them. It was like where one would go, the other one would go.
Dude, my mom's cat is psychotic. One minute she likes me and lets me love on her, and the next she's trapping me in a laundry room and won't let me in the house. The other night I was trying to come in and it was dark, and she literally had me trapped in the corner by the deep freezer and wouldn't let me in the house.
Cats are funny. Like they're so fickle like that. Like Conspiracy Kitty, he'll like one minute he's like, "Hey, I want to cuddle with you," and like he'll be up on me purring and whatnot. And then the next minute I'll walk into the room that he's in, and he just like gets up and looks at me like, "How dare you?" And then he leaves. Sorry, I'm trying not to burp into the camera, or into the microphone. Sorry.
Why not? Lisa does it.
Right? Like, if you want to know things not to do on your YouTube live stream, watch them. Like, she smokes. They were talking about that the other day, how she lights up her cigarettes and smokes. She eats. Like, I understand what's annoying to the audience, and I try not to do it.
I smoke, but I'm smart enough to mute my mic before I light up.
The only thing that annoys the audience on camera is just me being me.
You're just a dork.
I have to do a thumbnail because I did my video yesterday on my college football picks, so I got to do a thumbnail for them.
Are you serious, Nanny?
Hmm?
Nanny's been keeping me updated on this story that's kind of local to her. Little 6-year-old boy and the guy that did something to the unalived little boy. Well, last night the little boy's sister was shot at a taco stand.
See, out here, I've talked about baby Emmanuel that is not far away from me that went missing in August. And already his dad has pled guilty to murder, but they have not found the baby's remains yet.
Wow. I was talking about the cats. Yesterday I got home from Cheyenne's graduation, and Mom's cat is in my room, in my bed, on my pillows. And I'm like, you don't like me, but you take over my bed. Cool. And then I was trying to get her out of my bed, and she bit me. I'm like, oh, so this is yours now too?
It's funny. They're like, yeah, all this is mine. You're just here.
Right.
What is this? Okay. Okay. Sorry. I was getting DMs. Here. let me get your opinion. This is the thumbnail I think I'm going to do for my college football picking. What do you
I
think?
like that. I like
I do
it.
too.
Look at you on Canva.
Mm-hmm. I
Finally.
bought a subscription.
About time.
I've had it for a while. When we were doing a lot of thumbnail stuff and a lot of AI stuff, that's when I bought it.
I love Canva Pro.
Now I got to put
Hi,
Veteran
Greg.
Nation above. I gotta insert my branding.
Mhm.
I don't like the weekly winners.
I really don't want to make this drive.
No,
No.
oh my god. So, did you guys hear about June Lockhart?
Who's that?
She was an actress, and she was on some great TV shows. She was on oh, what was the one? The space one. She was on a space show back in the 60s. She was on Lassie's mom. Um, I'm trying to think. She was in a couple movies too. But very famous actress. And she died yesterday at the age of 100. And I posted to my family. I was like, June Lockhart died, gone too soon. Lost in Space. Yes, she was the mom on Lost in Space. And my mom was like, she was 100 years old. What do you mean gone too soon? And so, like, no one responded to it other than my mom. And then this morning, my brother's girlfriend was like, who? And my dad responded just now, Lassie's mom. The guy broke in the house, attacked the whole family. The dad fought him, but he stabbed the little Logan Tipton to death. He got off on the charge of murder by reason of insanity, yet he was sentenced 20 for
20
assault.
for assault. Wow.
That's a bad prosecutor then. Nancy, danger, Will Robinson. Yeah.
Catch up. Next week, I will be the only one taking care of her. Mom leaves for her cruise to Cozumel in the morning. I will be unsupervised for a week.
There we go.
Hey, I recognize that mug. Wonder where you got that.
This is from Georgie's merch shop.
Speaking of merch, I need to go raid your merch shop again.
I think people really like the hoodies. Those seem to be a really good seller.
That's what I was saying. I need a backup hoodie for when the other one's in the wash.
I got my mom the zip up one with the logo on the back. She loves it. They're really warm.
Mm-hmm. I bought mine in a 5X, so it looks like a nightgown on me, and I sleep in it.
Last year I bought the kids all a hoodie, Veteran Nation hoodie. So the girls got a pink one, the boys got a blue one. And I got to find out if they need replacements or if they're still looking good. I've done a good job with my son talking to him about hygiene, and he wants cologne for Christmas this year.
Aw. I'm
You
still
know,
fighting with the girls to put on freaking deodorant.
That's the thing. I started when he was like 12. I was like, hey, get in the habit of doing deodorant. You want to smell good. I'm like, do it when you brush your teeth, I go, girls don't want to kiss boys who don't brush their teeth, and they don't want to be around boys who stink. So do them both at the same time. And now he's, he's in high school, and he went to the one dance, and he was like, Dad, someone was there and they didn't have deodorant on. I'm like, see, because they didn't have a parent telling them, put on deodorant. I'm not trying to nag you. I'm trying to get you into a good habit. And now
Nobody
he's
wants to
like,
smell BO.
right, right. And what shocks me is he loves the smell of Old Spice. So I don't know what it is, but he loves Old Spice. So I've been buying him Old Spice, and he wants colognes, like nice colognes for Christmas. So I'm gonna get him some.
Mm. And that's one thing me and Mom talk about all the time. There's just something about a good smelling man.
Yep.
Especially when you've been around one that stinks all the time.
And I keep a lot of the classic scents. So like I've had Old Spice. He's kind of taken my Old Spice. I've got Aqua Velva. I've got Brute. I've got Bay Rum. Um, for my one shaving cream, I've got Sandalwood. I'm all about smelling like an old school barbershop.
I like the smell of Brute, but that's what Dad wore. I
Mm.
have a bottle of his. When I get to missing Dad, I'll just go in there and open the bottle.
The only thing is, a lot of men they didn't have anyone teach them. When you use aftershave, that's alcohol based because you shaved your skin, so it's alcohol based to help so you don't get infected.
Right.
But alcohol, if you've ever poured out alcohol and then poured a thing of water, alcohol evaporates faster. So if you're using alcohol based stuff, you got to apply it more, and that's where you get like Axe body spray and stuff, and that's why there are guys who douse their bodies in the shit. Like it's like, hey, you're not supposed to bathe in it.
That
But
part.
with cologne, what you need to do is get yourself a high-end oil-based cologne, because oil sticks to your skin and it will last longer. So that's what I've taught my son is like, yeah, you can use the aftershaves and stuff, but get yourself a good cologne that if like put that on and it'll last the day. The aftershave will last a couple hours. The school officer would give him a fine for having BO at school. But now he's cognizant. He's like, Dad. He's like, yeah, there is. He's like, yeah, there's someone in my gym class. They just have bad BO. I don't know who it is. But like I told him, I said, when I think I was in 7th grade is when I had learned a lot of this stuff, and my we would braid my dad's cologne and whatnot, and I remember he had Dracar Noir, and one of my teachers pulled me aside and was like, every time I redo the class assignments, and we all knew when she was going to do it, she's like, several of the girls will ask to be sat near you because they say you always smell nice. And she goes, what are you wearing? And I said, Dracar Noir. She's like, I'm going to buy that for my husband. Oh, see, yeah, my kid showers. He showers. Like, yeah, he definitely showers, so that I don't have to worry about that. But for a couple years, I was like, hey, and once I figured out he liked Old Spice, then I just started buying him the little packets where it comes with the aftershave, the deodorant, and the body wash. So now he uses all that.
The girls just take over my stuff. I'm like, look, I buy you your own for a reason. Use your own stuff.
So I'm gonna buy. The only one who's not really into it yet is my nephew, but he's getting there. He's just a little bit younger than my son. Uh, but the girls, they've been into makeup and perfume for a while, but I keep asking them, and all they want are like the Victoria's Secret body sprays or the Sephora body sprays. But I want to get them actual perfume. Is it Chanel number 9 is the one that's like the old one that's like been around for forever.
Don't get them old people perfume. What is wrong with you?
That's not old people perfume. It's just a classic
It
perfume,
is.
classic scent.
Now, Victoria's Secret does have actual perfume,
Yes, I know
not
that.
just body sprays.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I'm dating myself. Dracar Noir was the one back in the day.
See? Even Colleen said it smells bad. You gotta give them something that young girls would be into. My girls like the coconut and the sweet pea and
So the problem with that
vanilla.
is I don't know if they'll like it. I will say this, they like many kids today, they like brands. So I'll probably get them like brands that they know, like Coach or Louis Vuitton, and I'll just buy it for the brand.
Bougie uncle.
Well, actually, no, so there's two places I can go. I can go to Mexico, or there's actually in LA. If anyone's ever going to LA, visit Santee Alley. That's where you can get like nice suits and stuff really cheap. But they have perfumes and stuff. In fact, next time I go, I'll get the guy's card, and I've got no problem. He makes it himself. It's knockoffs, but it does smell just like the stuff. And you can get like a big bottle for $25. But it's all oil, which is the key.
Unlike your nieces, I prefer my Victoria's Secret stuff.
Yeah, they like Victoria's Secret, but Victoria's Secret has so many products. I don't know which ones are the good ones. Maybe I'll just get them something Victoria's Secret. But if there's anything that you guys think I should get them, I will listen. But I know young women who like Chanel. It's a classic scent.
High maintenance women, yeah.
Well, it's an expensive perfume for a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I would be
Yeah.
buying the knockoff from the guy
Ketchup
that.
said take them to Ulta.
The problem is, if I take them to Ulta, they're gonna want me to blow $80.
That's easy to do, though, in Ulta. It's like a candy store for adult women. Perfume, makeup, the whole nine.
Oh, I didn't know they did that yesterday. That sucks. I would have went. My
Huh?
service dog group, they went to Pioneer Town yesterday. I normally, if I can, I go with them. But I didn't know they were going yesterday. They probably sent it to me and I just forgot about it. DR Gris?
Yeah, Christian Dior smells delicious.
Yeah, I'll drop $50 on each kid for perfume and cologne. Like, how much do you think Chanel number 9 is? It used to be expensive. My ex used to wear that. Like, not all the time, but it was like part of her thing. And I remember like a little bottle like that was like $50. And that's just, I'm not really using that's just the one I remember.
Number 5 is $110.
Yeah. See, like I'll tell you, I bought knockoffs of Coach and Paco Rabanne. 1 million. I have those. And what's funny is now I get my brothers. They're like, "Oh," because I bought the oil roll on, so like I'll roll it on rather than spray. I just like that better. You use less of it, and now they're like, "Oh, can you get me some of that?"
I don't see number 9 online, but I do see number 5.
Maybe that's what it is.
And 19.
Yeah, they like these Victoria's Secret body fragrance, but that's alcohol based.
Oh, I love the body sprays. But they have perfume too with
Yeah,
similar scents.
the body sprays are pretty cheap. I'll probably just get them the body sprays if I were doing that.
Usually, this time of the year, they do the Black Friday sales with the body sprays where you can get like 3 or 4 bottles for one price. And I'll do that and then I'll just gift it out to all the girls in the family. Yeah, Ariana Grande has a couple good perfumes.
They keep wanting me to get them purses, but like I keep telling them, I'm like, I need to be overseas to get you the good knockoffs of purses. Well, I got really good at men's watches, women's purses, and women's wallets. Got very good at like you could tell which ones were quality and which ones weren't. Yves Saint Laurent Opium. They might like the Ariana Grande.
There's another musician that has perfume too, and I can't think of her name.
Taylor Swift,
No.
Sydney Sweeney. Oh, wait, she's not a musician. What's
I
the
am not
blonde
a
girl?
Swiftie. But it's something the younger it's one of the ones that the younger generation's into, and I can't think of their name.
Cameron Diaz is has a music album. What?
Yeah, Carrie's got a good point. Just get him a gift card to Victoria's Secret.
Oh, my mom would kill me. She would kill me. Victoria's Secret, Ulta, Sephora. Nope. All out. Because the thing is, yeah, they'll get their gift card, but that's not going to be enough for them. And all they're going to do is complain that they want more and more and more. Sabrina
Girls will
Carpenter
be
is who I was
girls.
thinking. Is that the one? Sabrina Carpenter?
I don't know who that is. Hang on.
Did I
Let's
see the
see.
ICE video of them arresting street vendors in New York? Yes. Yep. And it, if it keeps up in New York, they're going to have the National Guard in New York too.
Katy Perry.
Oh, okay. What was the one? She did send me one that she wanted.
Clinique Happy smells good too. You've got Love Notes by Ariana Grande.
She wanted Daisy by Marc Jacobs.
Yes. So she likes floral scents.
I think she liked brands more than anything.
Hmm. Could always take it back old school and get her some Aeropostale.
Um, actually, she'd like American Eagle. They love American Eagle.
Well, there's that too.
This is pictures of a strip club sign. It says, "We fired the ugly one. Come on in." And then the next picture says, "Facebook got mad, had to rehire the ugly girl."
What the fuck?
Uh, Cool water. I used to wear cool water back in the day. DH Gate, you get good knock of clothes, sneakers. I don't buy them clothes anymore because they won't wear the clothes. Like now, if I got them an American Eagle gift card, my mom would be okay with that because they'll only wear. I'm only wearing American Eagle jeans. Like it's like you're 11.
That is exactly why I shop at Ross. They can get name brands for cheap prices.
For our next cruise, we should think about this one out of LA.
The country one?
Yep.
We haven't even went on our first one yet, and you're already finding us another one.
This one's a short one. It's LA to Ensenada. It's August 29th to September 1st. It's the Cali Country Cruise. On it's going to be Gretchen Wilson, Tracy Lawrence, who I've seen Tracy Lawrence in concert already. Jody Messina, seen her in concert already. Chase Rice, I don't know who he is.
Ooh. You will soon. I will start sending you songs.
Please don't. Please don't. I'll tell you, I don't like modern country. Like 90s country, that's when I got into country. Like them. Anything before that, I like. Like 2000s country, ugh. Like, okay, Chase Rice, Thomas Mack, Tyler Rich, Frank Ray, Presley Tennant, Trey Davis, Robert John, and the Wreck, Demps, Sullivan. Don't know any of them. Don't care.
Yeah, I
Won't
don't
like them.
recognize
Probably
any of
won't
those
like
other names.
Modern day, I would probably go see modern day bluegrass before I would modern day country. But Gretchen Wilson, Tracy Lawrence, Jody Messina, yeah, I'm good with
Oh,
all
yeah.
those.
That just gives me a reason to fly out, huh?
You could probably get some cheap tickets too.
Flights are actually super cheap from here to there.
Depends on where you're going. Palm Springs is normally the most. LAX is normally cheap. Ontario is normally cheap. For Palm Springs, it's got to be either Alaska or American for it to be cheap.
Oh, the cruise.
Oh my. That is crazy.
What's crazy? What did you do?
My family is all Ohio State fans. And a good lineman for Ohio State, just like 8 years ago, Nick Mangold, he died. Young guy. Yeah, he would have been 39. Yeah, I think he died at 39. That's crazy.
About Vegas?
Yes. I think I had. Vegas is starting to wise up and do cheap deals again. They've scared everyone away. They've scared tourists. They've scared LA tourists, and even they were pushing away the locals. And what happened is they're losing money. So now they're trying to bring everybody back. So they're starting to bring back deals. They're not there yet. I still might go up there, but I'll tell you, I'm not staying on the strip. I'm staying downtown if I go to Vegas, because downtown is where the deals are. Yeah, kidney disease. That's crazy. Like, yeah, I had to message my family. Yeah, he was part of the national championship team.
I gotta go get dressed. Go get my youngins. Some more of my stuff.
Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make that. I just got a thing about Yeah, I'm gonna end this here. I think I'm gonna go to brunch. Go brunch it up.
Brunch.
It's not as fun as brunch overseas. Brunch overseas was awesome. All you can eat, all you can drink. And I mean, they were bringing shots. Skipper is not a big drinker anymore, but when it's a bunch of people having fun,
I'm gonna end up being the only one sober on the cruise, aren't I?
oh yeah, me and Brett have already talked about, like, our first stop is to the bar. Horseshoe Casino. I did see that one. The problem is they're still charging the $49 a night resort fee, so I won't do it. Downtown, they're waiving the resort fees. The Stratosphere is waiving the resort fees, so I'd stay at those.
I still want to go to the Clown Motel.
To where?
The Clown Motel.
That's in. It's not in
Tonopah.
Pahrump. It's in Tonopah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's like an hour outside.
And that's one way to break my fear of clowns. Just take me to the Clown Motel.
It's funny because Kelly, she goes to all the haunted stuff, and I'm really trying to get her to come on to Veteran Nation Unexplained, because she does, like, she did the Vegas haunted Zach Bagans Haunted Museum. She did all that and like paid for the VIP tour, and
Oh wow.
she's like, yeah, no, she spent the night on the Queen Mary. She spent the night at the Myrtles. There's another one that she did, and she's like, no. AVA hasn't talked about his, because he was a security guard on the Queen Mary, and he has experiences, but he hasn't talked about them yet.
No, I'm gonna have to go bug him. Like, listen, I need to know.
Go to Spain, you can have beer with your breakfast. Yeah, they did that in Germany too. Germany and Switzerland. I thought it was amazing. You go into a park and you can buy a beer and just sit.
All right, children, I have to go and get ready to go get my youngins.
Yeah, I'm gonna end this. So thank you, everyone. Wow, we went almost 3 hours.
Uh-huh.
But I got nothing going, so whatever. I don't always do this. All right, guys, thank you for being here. Do appreciate all of your questions, comments. Anything happening?
Not that I know of. I know Lynette just posted a new post on her standing in the trash.
Is this the one where she's blaming Marla for being the mole?
I think that was her other post, but she just posted something new this morning.
Marla's in the lawsuit. She wouldn't be in the lawsuit if she was the mole, you moron.
Well, I mean, is she one of the ones that tried to get a deal?
No, not that I'm aware of.
No.
They applied for default judgment. against
Oh,
her.
yeah.
Her,
That's
Lynette,
right.
and Lisa.
Was it Lisa? Yeah.
I know Lisa was in it. Yeah, pretty much anyone who didn't have a attorney, they applied for default judgment.
Yeah.
But all right, we're gonna get going. Thank you guys. All right, take care, and as always, thank you for being worth serving.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.